up to 14th in the table. That's nosebleed territory, baby. Wow. I just got back from Luton Town 2, Stoke City 1, and I'll be honest, I would say that is our best performance since Sunderland at home. Other than that, I can't think of many better performances that we've actually put in. Rob Edwards, very sneaky. He managed to sneak a cheeky 3-4-3 back on the table, didn't he? So we started with Holmes, McGuinness and Hashi as the back three, and then the wing backs were Victor Moses and Tahith Chong. Now, I'm not a fan of playing Victor Moses at left wing back, and I'm not a fan of playing Tahith Chong at right wing back. But today, they both did what was needed of them, especially Victor Moses, who was awarded player of the match. Now, I personally, I would have given it to Jordan Clark. Jordan Clark and Tom Krause in the middle. They ran themselves ragged. They did a great job. And then, of course, there was the front three of Brown, Morris, and Elijah. Interestingly, courtesy of Luton Town Facts and Figures, this is the first time ever when Carlton Morris and Elijah Adebayo have both scored in a game that Luton Town have won. Remember, there were a load of cheeky 1-0s in our 22-23 promotion season, and also they didn't play together too much in the Premier League. Injury, change of system. Elijah Adebayo's goal at the death was just so needed. Great play from Krause to set up Elijah Adebayo to hook it in. Fantastic. That's 3-3 for Elijah Adebayo now. And long-term listeners of the show will know I am a massive fan of Elijah Adebayo. I just love him. And a lot of Championship neutrals and fans of other clubs will put Elijah Adebayo as one of the best strikers in the division. It doesn't really matter that he's missed so many big chances. We know this, that he's a confidence player. And now that the goals are coming, more goals will follow because Elijah Adebayo, he's magic, don't you know? I know that was wrong. He's magic, you know. Elijah Adebayo. Carlton Morris also took his goal pretty well. Again, it shows our prolific nature from set pieces. I was saying to the people around me, Stoke really do look like they can't dig out the set pieces. The first one that Clark took, it was blocked by the first man, but then the second one, again, it just came straight in and Morris just rose like a majestic salmon heading it in. In all fairness, the set-piece delivery was, I'd say, pretty good from Jordan Clark today. For me, Jordan Clark was my man of the match. I think Victor Moses had a good game at left wing-back. Kumas was a handful, but at the same time, I don't want to see Victor Moses playing left wing-back. He should be playing further up the pitch because with him and Tahith Chong, they are, I would say, our biggest threats in the team. They certainly are the only two in the team that have pace. And essentially, you want that pace as high up the pitch as possible. You don't want it defending your own box. You want them getting the ball probably on the halfway line, maybe a bit deeper into the opposition half, and then having a run at the opposition. That is when Moses looked pretty dangerous today. And in the first half especially, he was really working and digging out crosses into the box. But the problem is right now we have so few defenders, and at the same time, I don't think Joe Johnson is getting trusted by Rob Edwards to do this job at left back. Well, left wing back, because that is the system we're doing. Ride or die, we will play three at the back until the inevitable heat death of the universe. The ref, he was crazy lenient. He let Stoke get away with, well, especially Victor Johansson, who got away with a lot of time wasting. And there were some crazy challenges flying in. Not quite that Sol Davis challenge at Stoke all those years ago, but there are a lot of challenges. And I can think of maybe 2 yellow cards. There were some crazy challenges flying in, and it wasn't until the second half when the ref actually started handing out the cards. Tahith Chong got one. I would say it wasn't really deserved, and then Stoke picked up 2 as well. Now, I'm not going to jump the gun and say I've got my Luton Town back, because the performance was realistically far from perfect, but there were many components of that performance that were very encouraging. Now, I've made no secrets of my position on Rob Edwards, but ultimately these are a vital 3 points in securing our survival in the Championship, which is important because, after all, we are in a relegation battle, and right now we put some daylight, at least until the Wednesday night games, but we'll see how those chips fall. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about was the fact that, yes, Elijah Adebayo bailed us out here. And yes, the players, they all put in a shift. They put in the best shift that we've seen since that Sunderland loss. I know that was a loss, but at the same time, the performances since then, especially at home, they've been lacking. We've been very lucky. This is the first performance where I feel we actually deserved to get something out of it. And at times, I felt there was a need for change. Perhaps a few times Edwards was thinking, oh yeah, I can change it here. And there was a moment, a stop in play. I think Victor Johansson at 1-1 was down, receiving treatment, some excellent time wasting. And Edwards called everyone over. Maybe he was contemplating making a change, but then he sent everyone back out. And this is actually the first time since the 9th of September 2015 where we haven't made a substitution. And that was a 3-1 win away at Cambridge. And the thing is, we didn't make any substitutions, and the players put in such a shift. So now I'm thinking we're going to go to Blackburn and we're going to get turned over, because one thing we haven't done well at all this season is 3 game weeks. We had Swansea on Saturday. We had Stoke today or yesterday, depending on when you're watching this, and we had Blackburn on Saturday. And we never do well with 3 game weeks. And the thing is, we made 2 changes against Swansea, both enforced with substitutes because they were injured. And today we made no changes. The players are going to be absolutely knackered for the 3rd game of this game week. And that's Blackburn, who at Ewood Park are in tremendous form right now. They really are. So I'm struggling to see us actually pick something up from that game. And right now, when you're in a relegation battle, or if you're the most wildly optimistic Luton Town fan and you think we can make a push for the playoffs, I think you're crazy if that's the case. You need to pick up points from every single game. Sure, there are some games you can write off, like your Leeds, your Sheffield Uniteds, the teams right at the very top of the table. If this 11 have to go again, they're going to be absolutely pooped for this. But regardless, a 2-1 win, 3 points in the bag. My toes are completely numb. It's either the cold, frostbite, or the diabetes. I honestly have no idea, but I'm going to have to go and warm them up. And let's get ready for Saturday against Blackburn. As always, come on you Hatters.